back at the scouting combine. I'm here with Bryce Young, the quarterback from Alabama. And Bryce, the huge question that you're obviously getting everywhere is about your size. And I wonder, when teams ask you about that here at the combine, what do you say to them, and what do you talk about to get them, hopefully for you, not as concerned about your size?
Yeah, I've been this size my whole life. Definitely didn't shrink anytime recently, and I'm comfortable with myself. I'm confident in my abilities. I know what I can do, and again, there's stuff that's out of my control, but at the same time, again, I know myself. I feel like I played at a in the highest conference in the college level, and I think that's prepared me. So I'm super excited for this next challenge. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of hard work, but it's something I'm ready for and I'm excited for.
Is there anything about you that would watch a guy like Drew Brees or Russell Wilson and say, I mean, Drew Brees threw for more yards than anybody in history other than Tom Brady. If he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, 100%. There's a lot of people that have paved the way, for smaller quarterbacks. A lot of people that have done it at a really high level, and those are guys that have definitely inspired me a lot growing up. Guys I look up to, and I have so much respect for guys like that, and I think that. I don't think their success necessarily entitles me to anything, but again, it's a good source of inspiration for me. And again, I know I have to work. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of dedication, but there's nothing I'd rather be doing.
What do you weigh right now?
Yeah, I'm around the 200 range.
Yeah.
But I guess we're gonna figure out the official one pretty soon. Everyone keeps asking. It's gonna come so soon. It's like tomorrow.
Yeah. And so the one thing about spread fields now, both in college and in pro football, if it were tight, it would seem to me to be kind of a disadvantage for a shorter quarterback. But when the fields are spread and you have more lanes that you can see, how much do you think that helps your game, the fact that fields have now been spread out both in college and pro football?
Yeah, I think that, from at the quarterback position, I think that helps us a lot. Like you said, just being able to process, being able to, put more stress on the defense at times with being things a little more spread out. But, I think whether you're in those condensed formations, you're spread out, at the end of the day, you gotta make sure you're getting through your reads, you're processing your things, seeing things clearly. And, again, that's something I pride myself in, and I know it's going to be an even bigger challenge at the next level. So I'm going to do everything I can to prepare, put myself in the best situation and learn, so that I can try to process efficiently.
What would you say is the most interesting or the best trait or thing that you take from playing for Nick Saban?
Yeah, I think for playing for Coach Saban, it's just that lack of complacency. I'm making sure that I'm pushing myself and never satisfied with what I'm doing. And again, a lot of that comes from Coach Saban. Obviously, he's had so much. Legendary, has so much success there. Have coached some of the greats, won so many championships. But still, every day you can see him pushing himself. See him upholding the standard individually and then holding us all accountable as a team. And I think that's something that's really rubbed off on me. Being able to see that so consistently. It makes me understand that, regardless of what goes on, whether it's a good game, bad game, whatever it is, I have to make sure I keep getting better, keep pushing myself and holding myself to that standard.
Playing for Bill O'Brien, who now goes to the New England Patriots, it's like, I wonder, what do you take from Bill O'Brien, and how do you think he helped you become a better quarterback?
Yeah, Coach OB, he's helped me so much. Came in from the NFL level, and then obviously now he's back there. So a lot of that mentality. There's a lot of things schematically that we've been able to talk about. But on top of that, the responsibility that he gave me, and the freedom and the trust that he gave me. In the run game, in the pass game, protections, everything like that. He put a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, and that's what allowed me, I feel like, to grow to the player that I am. Him trusting me to do so much. Him kind of giving me the freedom. Once I earned that freedom and that trust from him, I'm super grateful for that. And he always supported me, always had my back. There's a lot of football conversations that we were able to have that definitely increased that knowledge that I have now. So I'm super grateful for OB, and I know he's going to kill at the next level.
What has been the experience here, talking to teams, talking to coaches, maybe guys you have only seen on TV before?
Yeah, it's surreal. Again, me being being here, like you said, talking to teams, talking to coaches, and just being able to soak that knowledge in. Seeing how they coach me, being able to learn a little bit about their systems, what they're looking for, their philosophies, along with doing my best to communicate, what I see, what I believe, and all that stuff. It's been, I'm super grateful for this process. I feel like I'm walking out of here with so much knowledge, so much wisdom, and again, like you said, there were a lot of coaches, a lot of people that I've looked up to and been able to admire from afar, and now being able to meet them and talk ball and to get that knowledge, I'm super grateful for that opportunity.
Do you feel competitive with the other guys, other quarterbacks at the top of the draft? Do you watch C.J. Stroud? I mean, you go way back with C.J. Stroud.
Yeah. Do
you watch C.J. Stroud and say, I'm better than this guy? Or how do you look at it? Look at the competition between you guys?
For me, honestly, I've always been someone who's been self-motivated, and I really just push myself to be the best version of myself. Again, I obviously what other people do, I can't control. So for me, what's important for me is to push myself to be the best version of myself, and especially in this class, I'm like you said, I'm super close with CJ. That's my brother, and a lot of other people in this class, I know really well, and we always, I root for all of them. We all root for each other, all support each other. We kind of share that a lot of similarities, and we know what it's like being in each other's shoes. Watching those guys, I've watched a lot of them on tape, and I've been able to learn from them. I'm super happy for all the success that they've had, and for me, I just try to be the best version of myself.
Last thing, Dan Orlovsky of ESPN put out a throw that you made at Alabama last year, and what was so interesting about the throw is that he said, basically, this is an NFL throw because if you watch, he almost stares at the middle safety. Okay, he knows he's throwing the ball to the right, okay? But he almost stares down the middle safety so that he can't get over there in time. And you knew that you were going to throw the ball, I don't know, maybe 25 yards, corner route to the right. How much of an education about all levels of football have you had, and do you feel like, because there will be pressure on you to play very early in the NFL, which is not very easy to do. What about the preparedness of plays like that to be ready early on?
Yeah, I think I've gotten a tremendous amount of guidance from the coaches and people around me. I've been blessed to have the coaches that I've had that have instilled, so much knowledge into me. And, I think you say yourself, like you said, that preparation, that's something that I pride myself in. And, I obviously know that this next step, this next challenge, I'm going to have to be more prepared than ever. I feel like the knowledge that I've learned in the past, on top of what I look to gain, and from my my future coaches and all the people around me, we're all going to trying to be prepared, and that's a challenge that I'm definitely looking forward to.
Bryce Young of Alabama, good luck in your NFL career.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.